So there's a video game that has been making the news of late because of their LGBT Pride event. The video game is called RuneScape. Jagex said, "We are disappointed to see some hateful and abusive comments targeting individual members of staff and players from a small subsection of the community. Hundreds of people assembled inside the game, repeatedly posting the slogan, 'We pay no gay.'" That said, look.
You could do better, come on.
You could think of a better catchphrase.
I mean, you gotta stare, okay? We are not very good at catchphrases. I was doing motherload mine and one guy told me to low alk myself. That one really hurt. You know, I was really debating if I wanted to make this video because on one hand, it's the most ludicrous, insane, ridiculous thing I think old school RuneScape has ever went through, but on the other hand, I know for a fact some people can't handle conflict, and that just rubs me the wrong way. Still, I feel like something like this should be documented, as it really is once in a lifetime event. And thankfully, the internet is free, so everyone can give out their opinion, which surprisingly is not always a good thing. Let's just get this video started. It is Wednesday, my dudes, which means it's time for another weekly update. June has just arrived, the weather is finally getting nice and cozy, and this week's update brings us newly reworked Void minigame. You get more points now, yay! For a very limited time, free-to-play players can experience members' worlds for the entire weekend. That was really nice, they should bring that back. And big shout out to Wooks, who was the first person to complete Inferno, which was released last week. Unfortunately, nobody has got the bet yet. And also, the most important update of this week, a doorknob was added. Never change, Jagex, never change. To be honest, a doorknob is almost as much content as we got at the end of 2021, so I can't really complain here. And at the bottom of the weekly update newsletter, we got a tiny, not bigger than your PP section of the news post dedicated to the International Pride Month. And boy oh boy, did that rub some people in the wrong way, because what happened in the next week was nothing short of a disaster waiting to happen.
So RuneScape is doing the gay pride parade, and there's people in desert robes, right? Because they're acting like they're terrorists here.
Walking around in their Ku Klux Klan uniforms, but check this out. I mean, this is some seriously fucking ridiculously non-2017 shit.
I'm excited for the Pride event. No, not really.
I love Wooks. I really love Wooks. The dude just doesn't care. Okay, so where do we start? Well, all of this actually started with this tweet a few days earlier. He made a tweet saying he is happy to announce a very small holiday event that he himself produced, where essentially you go around collecting rainbow parts and you get rewarded a rainbow scarf. The whole event takes like less than 5 minutes to complete and had absolutely zero impact on the game itself. It covered a total of 7 dials on the entire map of RuneScape, and to put into perspective, your character is 1 dial's big. It was just a cosmetic item to showcase the Pride Month that was actively taking place in many games at the time, and honestly, if this tweet didn't blow up, I don't think like 99% of players would have even noticed this. But it did blow up, and blowing up is putting it lightly. Does this really belong in a medieval children's MMORPG? I am all for Pride, but mixing politics with gaming, huge mistake. Don't push this bullshit into RuneScape. Not everyone wants to see your shitty agenda. I just want to play, no drama. By the way, I love how he says he wants to cause no drama and then immediately shares his controversial opinion. Dope update, Mod Wolf. When are we going to have the furry, yiffy, sniffy, a fox's butthole event? I can't. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing at this, but this is so funny, honestly. And my favorite comes from Leanne. You don't have to take part in it, but old school RuneScape also has talking camels and frogs, so I'm sure there is a space for this event. I love this. Honestly, hashtag Team Leanne. Stop promoting your degeneracy in game. All of us don't care. And I'm not even gonna read these last 2 tweets, but I think it shows a pretty clear picture how some of the players felt at the time, and don't get me wrong, I would love to show you a lot more hate messages, because this is like not even 10% of the total hate tweets Mod Wolf got that day, and the hate just kept going and going and going. I went through most of the people who said all of the negative feedback, and they were mostly just burner accounts or accounts literally made on the same exact day just to yell out how much they hate this, which I thought was very ironic, all things considered. And you would think things are gonna slow down, but this was just the beginning. Few days later, the update rolls around and the old school RuneScape subreddit goes insane. This post has over 4,000 comments and 0 upvotes. There has never been this kind of ratio before. And keep in mind, all of this was over the fact that you can now obtain a rainbow scarf in the game, if you want to. And if you don't want to, this will not get in your way whatsoever. This guy made a post about saying that the event should not happen, and that is coming from someone who is mildly gay. Mildly gay. As opposed to what? Extra spicy gay? I would love to know what other levels of gay there are out there. Modmat himself later said in Vice interview, yeah, you heard that right. The international news outlet Vice made a topic about this event. Modmat said this was just a simple event that you don't have to participate if you felt against it. No parades, no big announcements. It sounds almost like the kind of thing you might miss if you weren't looking for it. We in Jagex value equality and acceptance, and everyone at the company is behind this idea. We expected opposition, but nothing like this. And this was indeed nothing like you ever seen before. People started gathering around Falador, rioting the new updates, yelling out "We pay, no gay." There were people dressing up as Ku Klux Klan, promoting white supremacist ideology. There was racism, there was sexism, there was Nazis. Every single thing you could ask for. Soon enough, players started getting banned. People yelling out vile things just poof, disappeared. And that spread into Reddit again. People started asking, why are you banning all these players who are against this event? Mod Matt and Mod Sween came in again to save the day, saying these people got banned for racism and offensive language, not because they are rioting. It got to a point where members of the Donald Trump subreddit came to old school RuneScape subreddit to talk about how gay people shouldn't have rights. Oh my god, what is happening right now? Guys, remember, Jagex is an European company with different and wrong morals. We are talking about a place that still thinks it's fine to let people across borders, even though their own citizens are getting stabbed every single day. Amazing, just amazing. After the Donald Trump supporters were finished, the Nazi ideology came to old school RuneScape subreddit, starting to compare Nazis to gays. Someone said that 50% of RuneScape players are Nazis. Oh my god, it was such a bad day to be on that subreddit. So this is where we are right now. We have Nazis, we have KKK, we have Donald Trump supporters, we have full times news coverage and hundreds of permanent bans over a single rainbow scarf. Again, this update was so small and unimportant that if there wasn't any backlash, most of the people wouldn't even notice it. There was so many issues going on with old school RuneScape at the time. The massive botting cases, Jagex bringing in literally money printing bosses and training methods that don't go with the theme of old school RuneScape at all. This guy was working in Jagex and scamming everyone. Jagex started making changes without polling, like changing loot tables, changing minigames. Like, these are the things that players should have gone to Falador and Riot, because they actually change your game experience to worse, not a fucking scarf. Hundreds of players get permanently banned after the riot is over, wasting thousands of gameplay hours. One person even said that Jagex made people dress up in KKK outfits and support Nazism, so it's Jagex's fault people got banned. In a similar vein, thousands of comments on the old school RuneScape subreddit are still arguing if this is the right call or not. Mostly making fun of how seriously people are taking this issue. The news spread even more. Multiple news articles covered the story. It hits the front page of Reddit. Subreddit Drama does like a 4-day coverage on the whole event. On the last few days we still get nuggets of glimpse into the vocal minority, and honestly, if anything, we got a lot of good memes out of this. Like, look at this new item that, by the way, should definitely come to RuneScape. I present you buttless chaps. Or if you are not feeling very mild but instead extra spicy, in near future you could get the exclusive We Bay We Gay pet. Unfortunately, being gay requires a lot of engine work and we can't waste developers' time on this, so this is still on delay. And even Tordur has something to say about all of this. I think Tordur needs to relax a bit. And if you're still afraid the rainbow scarf might turn you gay, fear no more, my friend. Friendship with women has ended now. Man is my best friend. Now, at this point of the story, I realize I'm very one-sided, even though there shouldn't even be sides in this story, there is only one side. But I'm trying to stay as neutral as possible, so I'm gonna bring out an argument on the other side of the coin. If you leave out all the Nazis, the KKK, the racists, and so on, the most civil argument against all of this, and I'm paraphrasing this very hard, is that RuneScape should only have general holidays and not the ones celebrating specific group of people. Because if you keep opening the door to all different people, you could start arguing that why not add in Mother's Day? Mothers are very important, right? Father's Day, Women's Day, nurses, fuck me, there is an international No Brain Day that most of you posers already celebrate anyways. The point is to keep it simple and use only events where everyone can contribute and understand the cause. Because believe it or not all people understand equality and acceptance, even in this day and age. And whether you support this cause or not, the rainbow scarf is here to stay. Even today, you can get one yourself. The now famous Pride event lasted for an entire week before people kinda just forgot about it. Pride event itself has since been continued, although mostly in RuneScape 3, the community in Jagex still gather around every June to bring in more fabulous bark into the land of Killanor. To end the video, I will leave you with one of my favorite quotes of all time. Keep your mind open, but not so open that your brain falls out. Thank you for watching.